So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. So, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to understand how this meditation will help for us. So when it comes to our day-to-day life, we always go with informations, and this informations like a river keep coming towards us. There's no end. With our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, always we receiving. So out of this perception we receive, we start to think. So in case that whatever the perception you perceive, if you misunderstand in one point, in one place, what happens that all the perception you perceive or you receive, you start to understand in a wrong way. So then by the time that whatever happened outside going to become totally different when it comes to your inner experience. So then how you can keep this balance? Where you have to focus? Or the outside information, or inside your experience, or the both? So getting to this point, I will bring up a story. There, during Buddha's time, the story come in the Wangisa Sutta. So there was a monk called Wangisa. So that's why this sutra mentioned as the Wangisa Sutta. So somehow that the Venerable Wangisa and Venerable Anand had the discussion about this. So this Wangisa, when he was a lay person, before he became a monk, he had one of the skill, ability that when person die, and at that time they used to bury and the burn. So if you bring a dead person a skull, and what this Wangisa can do, he can touch the head and tell where this person born. So because of that, a lot of people used to come to him. He was so famous. And somehow what happened, he was trying to become Buddha's follower, but his other friends didn't allow it to happen. So somehow he became another part of that another group. He became kind of like a yogi. And he used to practice some kind of a spiritual method. So by the time one day he met the Buddha, so now he has this special skill. So what the Buddha did in that point, a Buddha bought a skull, and one of the enlightened masters, so someone attained to the enlightenment and then attained to the Nibbana and passed away. So then, because after you attain to the Nibbana, you can't have another birth. So Buddha gave that skull to this person, and he touched it and knocked it. And he went to his the mind that he used all his skill and power to see where this person born, but he couldn't tell. He can't see it. And then he asked from Buddha, I can't see. Why is that? So then Buddha told, it is a secret. As you know, people like secret. They like to know, they like to learn secret. Like there was a very famous movie called Secret, and all over the world, everybody, into that movie because they're secret, kind of like that. See, in that time also the same. And somehow, so now this Wangisa had a strong desire to get that secret. What is this secret? So he became a monk and started to practice meditation. So that's how he entered to the Buddha's community of Sangha. So then he was a very skillful monk, and whatever the very long discussions or the Dhamma, he had the ability to short it and explain it very clearly in very short ways. So somehow, before he attained to the enlightenment, later he attained to the enlightenment, but before he attained to the enlightenment, this discussion happened. So one day with Venerable Ananda, he went for a Pindapata. They went house to house collecting lunch, looking for lunch. So on the way, they had a very friendly discussion. And this Venerable Vangis asked from Venerable Ananda, maybe this Venerable Vangisa can't go to the Buddha and ask, but he has a very good friend. So that's why this being in the community of Sangha, becoming a friend is very important sometimes. So he asked from Venerable Ananda, because Venerable Ananda used to be very close to Buddha and he know all the sutras and that kind of things. And he asked, Bhante, I have a question. So Venerable Ananda asked, what's the question? My heart is full of desires, lust, and it's burning. My heart is burning with the desire, sensual desires. What should I do? I always burning with it. So then Venerable Ananda told, is that the very reason for that? You misguided, misunderstood the perception. See, this is very, very simple, but this is the entering point to that, where we are today and how it is applicable for us. So it's kind of like when you walk, so if you start to change your direction with one step, what will happen? Next step start to go in the wrong direction, next one, next one, next one. It's kind of like this misstep. So same thing with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. When the informations come with eye or with ear or the nose or the tongue or the body or the mind, out of these all six, if you get one misinformation, it start to change your journey and it start to take you to different way of experience. And then it become tangle. And all because the thing is this, as I mentioned, the perception keep coming. It doesn't matter you went wrong way. It's not going to stop and wait for you to make you right. No, it's keep coming. It's like a river. Just imagine there are, that the 6 rivers keep, the current keep flow towards the same place. What will happen? So same like our life. So the one thing is, we misinterpret or misunderstand or misstep that whatever the information we gain. So in day-to-day life, with our desires, with our lust, with our anger, hatred, jealousy, this is the very reason. And another way to get into this point, So as you know, this outside noise we can hear, this outside sound we can hear. Maybe far away. Sometimes when the supersonic jets, fly like over 35,000 feet above this sky, we can hear. And maybe far away when something happens. Sometimes when the firefighters, go maybe far away, but we can hear. If the ambulance come, we can hear from far away. But the sound happening inside us, we can't hear. This is a physical sound. So as you know, the heartbeat, it's happening inside you. And there are many other sounds. They're happening inside us. But we can't hear. So we can't hear through our physical eyes, but far away these outside things happen. How you can hear this inside sound? So these inside sounds you can hear as emotions or the feelings. So when the emotions arise, that is the way that your body talks to you. That is the way that you can listen. But sometimes that whatever that emotions start to have a conversation with you, start with the wrong information, what will happen? Your conversation is going to become wrong. The way you address to your emotions is going to become wrong. The way you address to your feelings going to become wrong. So then you get the wrong result. And it doesn't go with, it doesn't match with that inside you. It make unbalance. That is what happened to us. Even whatever we think, because sometimes we think to make a kind of like a reaction to our own inner emotions. But if the information we misunderstand, what we think also going to become wrong. So if you think wrong, what will happen then? How you can make it right? How you can make your actions right? Where your verbal action, your bodily action, how you can make it right? You can't. So then once something happens, how you can make the result correct? You can't, because you're going to receive the wrong result. So this is the very simple mechanism happening around us. So that's why in the very first level, it is your personal responsibility to recognize clearly. Because if you recognize wrong way, things going to wrong. So don't allow to go there. So that is where your awareness is very necessary. When the perception happens, when you perceive, when the informations come, you have to be very careful and you have to be aware. That awareness, or maybe, we can't go behind that and look, oh, this is a right information or this is a wrong information. We can't do that. So sometimes that information, it's look like right. So we are not talking about that on the surface level, whatever that the comparison or the judgment. We are more talking about more deeper mechanism. So how you can, so whatever that information you receive, whatever the perception you perceive, without going to misunderstand, how you can accept it moment by moment and keep going and go with this, the river of the flow, and how you can go with the current with the same speed. So the very first thing, when your awareness, remember, your awareness is more stronger than this all. So once you sharp your awareness, once you develop your clarity, what happens? The very first thing, you are capable to see these informations. You are capable to see the perception. And other thing is not to claim that any perception as yours. That is the key point. That is the turning point. All the perception that you perceive, not to hold it with the self-centered, it's a kind of like a self-centered idea, or release the gratification of the perception that me, it is me, I am, it happened to me, this is mine. So that is where once your awareness become clear to understand that. So it is not, you don't need to think about it and apply that. That is the reality. Because whatever come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, it's not yours. It's come as a result of causation, and it will go away. It happened to you. If you look your own life, that is what keep happening. But whatever you hold and become memory. So it's nothing wrong that you hold, because if you get something, be careful to get the right thing. Don't get the wrong thing. When something happens somewhere, when you perceive it, you have no right to manipulate it the way you want and keep it as a memory. It's not right. It's not fair. So when something happens, if you are capable to get the exactly whatever happened, if you are capable to get that information, even the magic is this. Even you no need to hold it as a memory, it's going to become your memory. But when you are not capable to get the exactly what is happening, you will forget it. And so as a memory, maybe you hold some ideas, and maybe it is your own creation, your own imagination. It's your own thoughts. So that is where the meditation will help you. In the beginning, we sit down and we build up our awareness with the one-pointness and develop our balance and develop undisturbed mind within ourselves. So once you have that ability, so whatever the perception you perceive, you are more capable to recognize it. And you are not allowing it to mix with your own thoughts. And at the same time, so whatever you recognize, you recognize it, and at the same time, you're not going to claim it as yours. So then what happened? So whatever you receive, whatever you perceive, in the deeper level, if you know it is not yours, you're not going to get burned out of it. Why that's all the burn happens in you? Because it's not the incident, whatever happened. It's not the person. It's not the situation. It is not the event that went through. You hold it, you claim it, as yours. So once you recognize this, you are capable to keep the inner freedom, and that becomes your wisdom. And not only that, just keep that freedom, not going to take you to your complete liberation, because the very reason is this very behavior that from your history to today, forget about our previous birth, from birth to today, so whatever we went through, all the desire, all the sounds that happen inside your body, that as emotions, all the needs that you had, maybe today it's so silence, you can't see it. It's like cankers, mental formations. It's like a deeper rooted to something that you don't see today. It's look like it's everything okay. It's look like, oh, I don't need it. Oh, it's anymore. I'm not into that. Oh, now I can live without it. It's kind of like that. We now kind of like feel so cool, you know. That is what you think. But it is not like that. So what happens, that all the needs that came to you boil out inside you. And as desires, sanskara, mental formations, whatever came to you, it went back, and it's kind of like spread all over your body. Now each and every atom got nourished out of that your desires. So as you know that when it comes to a atom, particles, subatomic particles, so whatever the very smallest quality of this material world is an atom. It is kind of like empty, but it is so powerful. It has power to manifest this entire universe. So like as example, if you go to the Big Bang theory, you know, so you can see many visuals that nowadays, it is very interesting. It's kind of like, you know, how our mind behave. We don't know it happened exactly like this way or that, but how the mind come to that kind of ideas, because we are so familiar with it. Well, how we familiar? Because our very thought pattern happened like that. So then by the time what happened, you come to, before you end this life, when you die, remember, even though you have so many busy thoughts, desires, and everything, they reverse everything, go backward, withdraw from this physical, and these all thoughts become one thought. The all desires, all needs, it's kind of like a multivitamin tablet. You're going to have only one thought. That one thought start to find another place with that whatever the needs that it look for everything, and it go there and settle down. And once it settle down, it's like the Big Bang, you know, boom, and go with all the desires of, yeah, I am, oh, I need this, that, I want this, you know, and it start to overtake it you know, it grow as far as it can. No limit. But when it can't get to, what happened? Withdraw, go back. Go to the silence mood and sleeping mood. And we can't see, and we think, oh, we are very cool. Now we so good, and we think, oh, I am very simple. Now I can live without this anything. I don't have any desires. I don't have any, my heart not burning because of these material things. I have very simple life. I can practice simplicity, and I don't need anybody, kind of like that. But when it comes to our life, even like imagine, you are a kind of like 100 years old, woman or a man. Maybe you don't need any physical needs. You don't have any desires burning lust in you. You are very slow and simple, or kind of like that. So what will happen if there is a very young girl or the boy, stay close to you every day, start to touch this body and, massage and feed you and talk you, dance in front of you. So kind of like that, what will happen? That all the sleeping, the needs start to come. There are many stories in the history. There are Jataka stories. In the ancient time, people used to do that research. They have done it, So that's why that practicing meditation will take you to the bottom level. It is not a kind of like just you slow down with the material things and get out of it and have a very calm, relaxed, comfortable life. No. Just looking, or you can't tell, oh, she's very calm, look nice. It's kind of like that. No, the mind behave in a totally different way. Daytime we all are good, very good, nice. But when the night comes, the demons come with this night, So sometimes that it is nothing wrong. That's the very nature. We have to know that. We have to understand it. You have to know that. So that's why you should not give up, digging into deeper into you and practice yourself and get into the depth and clean yourself and sharp your awareness, because that is the only tool to work with this. And have the awareness, that awareness give that recognition to yourself when the thought arises, and your awareness has a power to go to each and every corner, each and every inch of your body, atom, and clean it. So when the thought arises, it is there right away. From where it comes, And even later, before the thoughts come, the shadow of the thoughts come, what's going to happen to you. So that's how your awareness becomes more sharp and clear. You are the one who's going to get benefit out of it, because no one responsible for anybody. Remember that. No one going to responsible for me. No one going to responsible for you. Then tomorrow, if we die, you or me die. We don't know where we go, but we know this is not the end. So, but if you have very clear awareness, you are the one who dealing with yourself, that whatever the last moment of thought, you're not going to misguide it. You're not going to hold it in profitable way. But if you don't have the skill or the practice, how are you going to do it? Forget about last thought. Sometimes even with the material, physical things, we can't handle. So that's why you have to be sharp with the practice. And that doesn't mean, for your whole life, you have to practice meditation. Meditation is a method to sharp your awareness. Don't misunderstand. If you can keep the awareness, that's it. So any posture, anywhere, in any place, if you can keep the awareness, That's the final. So otherwise, if you don't have, that's why we sit in a place and in a certain time period, we develop a discipline and practice to gain it. Once you have it, you don't need to sit. So anyway, there's nothing even to practice. Because if you have the awareness, what to practice? So that's why, don't misunderstand. So one is, but if you have the awareness, then you know what to do in the very next level. But if you don't have it, don't allow the things to happen in a very easy way. Not outside, inside. So practice yourself, dig into yourself, and watch yourself, and don't misunderstand inside you. That is the important part. When the perception comes, so don't hold it as yours. And as you see, the things come and things go. Only our ideas, we hold it to that, and it's like that unknown, unseen, girl or boy, we love, we fall into love with it. We always dreaming about it. We always talk about it, but we will never reach to that place. So that's why, hold it to awareness. Have the deeper relationship to awareness. Marry, your awareness. Develop the best friendship with your awareness. Because end of the day, that is the only thing can protect you. There's nothing else. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, recognize it. Be very clear with your recognition. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vaham hotu sabadukka pamuncatu. Yes.